Recruitment can be a tough market when economic conditions are uncertain. But when revenue margins and market share are all moving in the right direction, investors tend to look twice. Today, we're looking at Staffline Group's first half momentum and how the company is positioning itself for continued growth through the rest of 2026. I'm joined today by Daniel Quaid, CFO of Staffline Group. Daniel, welcome to the watch list.
Thank you very much for having me. Great to be here.
It's a pleasure to have you with us. But tell us, Daniel, Staffline delivered a 15.2% increase in revenue to £559.4 million, while operating profit rose 57.6% to £5.2 million. What were the biggest drivers behind the strong first half performance, and how confident are you in maintaining the momentum through the second half of 2026?
Yeah, it's been quite a stellar off year, actually. We've had, really great performances, and it's really predicated on a few things. Firstly, market share gains that we have made over the last year, 2, even 3 years in our customer base has meant that we've been able to enlarge our footprint and really drive growth in that manner. And also what that means is when there are positive environments economically, then the footprint from which we are delivering is much larger. So for example, we've had some great weather in the UK during May and especially June. And of course, we had the Football World Cup. And those two factors have led our main division, our largest division, to really deliver stellar growth. And that's illustrated by, in the half year, hours in our GB division, working hours for temporary workers, being up 10.7%. But in June, they were actually up 16.1%. And in the last week of June, they were up 18.3%. So a really fantastic performance. But that's also complemented by our second operating division in Ireland, which operates throughout the island of Ireland, north and south. And they've had a fantastic half, doubling their operating profits. And that's really been driven by permanent activity. So temporary workers in GB and permanent workers in Ireland, and specifically the Republic of Ireland, where our contracts in the public sector with the Republic of Ireland Police, their electricity board, and even in our branches, permanent fees activity, contrary to some other trends in the recruitment sector, have shown growth year over year. So that's a really excellent performance. And then just to finish off, we have also benefited in our main division, GB division, from the new wins, not just our current customers that we had in 2025, but new wins that we won in the second half of 2025, which have really come to life in the first half. One with Kalina, which is the largest food and drinks distributor throughout the UK, and also Hovis Breads, well-known brand. Those that were implemented in August 2025. So therefore, that growth in H1 26 laps over prior year when those didn't exist in our portfolio, and those have also significantly contributed to our success. And of course, most importantly, our operators who have fulfilled the demands of very, very demanding customers, the like of the big supermarkets and big logistics providers, have ensured that the workers that they need with the skill sets they need have been able to be provided to them when they need them. So it's been an excellent performance. And finally, cost control. We have, it's not just the top line, the revenues and the gross profits, but in 2025, we implemented a cost restructuring program and a cost control program. And of course, in 2026, that's beginning to bear full fruit. So we've been able to deliver top line, control the cost lines, and therefore that 57.6% increase in operating profit to 5.2 million has been enabled by those two variables.
And Daniel, in recruitment, market share gains are especially important when clients remain focused on flexibility, cost control, and access to labor, many of the things that you just mentioned. But with profit before tax up sharply and continued gains across your recruitment businesses, where do you see the greatest opportunities to build on this growth and create further shareholder value over the next, say, 12 months?
Yeah, well, I think that opportunity actually will come out of the activity that we've just been quite successful in. So although the good weather and the Football World Cup might, be eventually in the past, when we get into the autumn, of course, the Football World Cup's finished already. The fact is we delivered for our customers and we delivered excellently. And they will remember that. And therefore, we are looking forward. We have our main peak in the year is actually in the last 3.5 months of the year, towards the end of September through to Christmas and New Year. And we are looking forward to a very, very healthy peak with those opportunities. But it's not just our current customers. We actually have a very healthy pipeline of new customer opportunities in the food supply chain, food retail, logistics, and some other sectors, which bodes well for our second half and, of course, 2027 and beyond. So we're very confident that these market share gains can continue, and we will also improve our operating gearing and our conversion of our sales through to profits very healthily.
So this sounds like a story of operational momentum in a challenging market, with Staffline looking to convert revenue growth, margin improvement, and market share gains into sustained value creation. Thank you for your time today, Daniel.
Thank you very much for having me.
Once again, that is Daniel Quinn, CFO of Staffline Group PLC. For more information on the company and its latest results, you can visit stafflinegroupplc.co.uk. That's all for this episode of The Watch List. I'm Ricky Lee. Make good choices today.